Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today for our Sunday service. I'll be conducting, Edna Sensei, I'll be conducting the service. Please join me in prayer. Mediation prayer, page 2. Let us read the second mediation of Konko sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation of you with all our hearts and souls on this very moment. Kiami Konko Daijin Sama, Kiami Konko Daijin Sama, Kiami Konko Daijin Sama, Kiami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the mediation, we are sincere apologies, we are acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of our divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreversible transgressions. Guide us to the way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always done with you. Amen prayer. Reverently we pray. The radiance of heaven, the riches of silver, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth, light nurtures us all. In heaven and earth, secrets below us all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us expectantly coming. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. How he loves and cares for all humanity. All those who live between heaven and earth, to hear Kami as the divine parent, to live Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer sexual distortion, great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. To receive Kami's great blessing, and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Konko accepted the call to mediation, that is the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By taking us the way of faith, all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he not the coming of night. By night the good for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he not the dawning of ill. The years passed from world change, he now we were from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus when the significant guiding principle of our daily life, the divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of the Konko Daijin. By this wonderful solution, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, the pain of our body and soul, the way of mediation is to turn our hearts to come. Without regard for either or night, whether we are near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living in the way of our divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies, acknowledgement our ways. Let us keep our face every day, seeking rejoicing in our divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish to see the well-being of all people be fulfilled. We humbly pray, we earnestly pray. Recitation of Tenchi Hakitsuke. Kiami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kame no Kami Shin ni Negae. おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日でともに。 Pray sincerely with all your heart. Be one with Kami. Kami's blessings be genuine, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. きやきがんこ大臣天使神の神真に願いおかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart be one with Kami Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy Look to Kami always now and forever on this very day pray Dear Kyami Konko Daijin-sama and the great life force Tenchi Kami no Kami-sama, we gather at the Konko mission of Wahyo with hearts full of gratitude and reverence. This year marks the 85th year since the sacred mission was founded by the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi. We give thanks for her unwavering faith, vision, and devotion, which established this place of worship, and we pray that her Mikama spirit continues to guide us in carrying forth her legacy with dedication and sincerity. As we begin this new week, we are filled with hope and gratitude for the abundant blessings that flow unceasingly from Tenchi Kami no Kami. The divine energy that sustains all life reminds us of the profound connection we share with Kami-sama, one another, and all living things. May we use this week to deepen our faith, strengthen our connections, and align our hearts with the teachings of Kyami Konko Daijin-sama. As we reflect on the journey of our faith, in church, we extend prayers and gratitude and well-being to all Konko churches worldwide, including the spiritual headquarters under the prayers of the sixth spiritual head, Reverend Hiromichi Konko. We are thankful for the blessings of our parent churches, Yamagi Church and the Honolulu Church, as well as for the ministers, staff, and supporters of our Konkokyo faith community. Today, we offer our sincere prayers for the world's harmony, health, and peace. May your divine light flow through us, blessing every aspect of our being and guiding our thoughts, words, and actions. Even in challenging times, we trust in your unwavering presence and grace. Ikyami Konko Daijin-sama, Tenchi Kami no Kami-sama, arigatou gozaimasu. Silent prayer. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep, living amidst such gifts of constant giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Kyami Konko Daijin does not stop for us a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit to all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, the honor and power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. 仰ぎ祭れま天高く仰ぎ祭れば天高く愚がみ祭ればしは厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いのありがたき我が生神の御取り次ぎ一人もかくる時のなく天地 ちの神の御守りときちかきの隔てなし神に尽くしにはよろずよにあまねく満ちて果てしなく神明るいは美しくて人の思いを及ばざる我ら今月今日やり祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえますらん神の秀意を仰ぎますらんMitama Prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you were given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You shall be free, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your lives be told from generation to generation. Honor the foundation of our society, the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko Daishin, respecting the will of the divine current. You have now straight merit your faith to take into the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favor. Revere you as the ancestral spirits of our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our home. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, departed family members, friends, the spirits of the native Hawaiian people, and beloved house pets. On this sacred day, we greet you with a heartfelt gratitude and respect. Your spirits continue to watch over us, transformed into Mitama spirits, blessing us with your eternal love and protection. As we celebrate 85 years of blessings in history at the Konko Mission of Waihiwa, we reflect on your dedication, sacrifices, and enduring love that continue to guide us. In the vibrant energy of this year, we feel your presence in every prayer, every word of gratitude, and every act of kindness. We offer our prayers to you to honor your spirits and express our deep appreciation for the countless blessings you bestow upon us. May you continue to find peace and happiness as your love shapes and sustains our lives. As we reflect in silence, we humbly commit to living in harmony with your teachings and carrying forward the essence of your lives. Thank you for your perpetual guidance, love, and protection. May our hearts resonate with the divine as we begin this new week, and may we carry the spirit of the Konko faith forward in our lives. Silent prayer. 祖先三時 page 36よよのやは笑いへの神我が神と心尽くしていつき祭らん心尽くしていつき祭らなと君親の神たちよ海の子のために家の柱を沈め立てたまいあずこのために世の何はいを守り助けたまい隠り世の見えぬ境にましませど身につくしみのみ心はうつしよに変わらせたまわず先に玉のまさき草木はえたまいくしみ玉のくしびに恵みたまいて志は薪の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなく真心清らに励み努めしめたまゆからやわらぎあいて日に手に浦安く楽しましめたまいついに移し世のことを得て神の帝に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい見つくしみよ大村しめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるおかしこみかたじけな耳親の恵みのおぼろげならぬおうれしみ喜び申すことを見心も涼やかにきこ示したまえと申す穴くしびのみ親の御霊穴くしびのみ親の御霊穴とそのみ親の神穴とそのみ親の神気量入りMorning. Read together page 73, the Konko Fatal Creed. The Konko Fatal Creed. We believe in handshake revelations, and as divine mediator, answer the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith and service through Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us. We are one with Kami, caring for us eternally. Respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity for spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for being here today for our Sunday service. Me and my mom, we just came back from Japan just yesterday. We were safely able to fly to Japan the one day after our spring memorial service, which was on March 24th. So we flew out on March 24th to attend my grandmother's funeral in Oita, Japan. So it was probably the most phenomenal trips I've ever been to in my life. I mean, I've been to Japan many, many times, but this was phenomenal. And when I say that, I mean, there's so much phenomenal that it just can't be no coincidence. It just cannot. So it's mind-blowing. All these things that happened, I mean, starting with the date my grandma passed away. She passed away on our church's spring memorial service. So that already is phenomenal. And also, I was telling my parents that we need to fly out today. Like today meaning the day of the spring memorial service. And the reason for that is because there were no direct flights on Monday. And what else? I said, we're not going to make it in time. Because in Japan, they don't embalm the body. And they will wait only a maximum of 3 days. And for Grandpa's funeral, which was in 2013, we missed it. We missed it by 6 hours. And it was the most regretful feeling ever. And I felt so bad for my mom. She was especially devastated. And I heard that when Grandpa passed away on that funeral day, the thunder and lightning was tremendous. Uncle and a couple of my aunties, they were like, they could never forget that funeral of my grandpa. It was like thunder and lightning, right and left. It was almost like Grandpa was saying, why didn't you wait for Reiko? You could have waited for Reiko. Shame on you. So I said they'll never forget that funeral. So I was like, oh my God, I was like, we gotta leave today. And if we don't leave today, they're not gonna wait for us again. Like the last time, and we regretted it very much. But that would mean we'd have to get out of our spring memorial service part way. And to do that is a big gobure. Gobure is an irreverence to Kami-sama. It's like doing our job part way. And we are ministers. We're supposed to do our job not part way, but until it's done. So this is where I think my dad's faith, Edna Sensei's faith is so much, so high level that it's just mind-blowing. So he was like, no, go after the service. So go tomorrow instead. I said, Monday? Oh man, they're not going to wait for us again. But I said to my mom, I said, you know what? Is it okay? And she said, yeah, she's totally at peace because she saw Grandma while she was still warm, while she was still alive. She was comatose. So she was at peace. So she says, this time too, if she cannot make it in time for Grandma's funeral, it's okay. So hearing that, I said, okay, that brings me peace of mind, knowing that you'll be at peace of mind if we miss that funeral again. So I told my uncle, and I bought the tickets for Monday, and there were only 2 tickets left. Only 2 seats left on that flight. It was full. And after I bought the tickets, I told my uncle, I was like, sorry, I don't know if we're going to miss that funeral again, but it's okay. I bought it for Monday, and we're going to fly in for Japan. It'll be on Tuesday night. So we're going to meet you and the funeral, or if we make it in time, on Wednesday, which is the 26th. Thankfully, Uncle was like, oh yeah, okay. We can totally make the funeral on Wednesday, March 26th. And he was like, he'll be there, she'll make it 11 o'clock a.m. or 1 o'clock p.m. And my mom said, oh, 1 o'clock p.m. will be better because I don't know if we can make it in time from Hakata Station to Grandma's place in time. So thankfully he made it time to 1 o'clock and we're all able to make it. But anyways, I bought the tickets at 4 a.m. on that Sunday morning. Only 2 tickets left. But it was all kage that, well, we both couldn't sit together next to each other. So we were just 1 row apart. Just 1 row apart. I was on this side of the aisle seat, there's 4 seats in the middle area. I was on the end on this side. My mom was 1 row behind me on the left aisle side. Thankfully, we have the aisle side because I tend to go to the bathroom a lot and I don't want to be bothering my neighbor to move it. So, oh, you got the aisle seat. I would pay an extra just to get the aisle seat. And I learned a very, very good piece of advice from Reverend Joanne Tolosa Grange, Reverend Tolosa, who is now the senior minister of the Konko Church of San Francisco. So I remember her mentioning that in every time she goes on a flight, and she is on the aisle side, and there's somebody on the window side, or there's more people on this side. She tells the person not to hesitate when they need to pass to use the bathroom or need to stretch their legs and stuff. And even if she's asleep, she tells them, please wake me up if you need to pass through, without hesitation. So this gives peace of mind to the person sitting next to you. And that is kokoro kubari. That is being very, very mindful. And that thought is so kind. I was it moved me when I heard that. And this is because she had that excruciating situation when she was the one that needed to use the restroom very, very badly on a flight. And then the person sitting next to her on the aisle side was like, had his whole head, when you put your whole head down like this. And then he's totally sleeping, knocked out. And you don't want to wake that person up, but you need to go so badly. And then she had such an excruciating situation, but Hontoni, she didn't want to make other people feel like that. So she's the one that initiates introducing herself always to the stranger sitting next to her and telling them that wake me up anytime. So anyways, I introduced myself to this gentleman that I was going to sit next to. He's sitting next to me and told him to wake me up if I happen to be sleeping. And then he just laughed and said, I'm probably the one that's going to be knocked out anyway, so it's okay. And then this person was probably the most easiest to talk to individual stranger I've ever sat next to, ever. It was almost like talking to Rodney. And it felt like we were best friends. It's like since we first met him. It was amazing how easy this person was easy to talk to. And his situation was surprisingly similar to mine. He was traveling with his sister, who was sitting further away from him in the same airplane, but because he said he bought his tickets on Saturday, and he said, oh, I bought the 2 last tickets. There were no other flights left, and they're seated far away, right? And I said, no, I bought the last 2 tickets. I bought on Sunday, and here's the last 2 tickets. And it was only me and my mom sitting. That's why we sat further away from each other. And he said he was going to go visit his uncle. And I said, hey, I'm going to go visit my uncle. And he said he's going to go attend his 3-year memorial service for his another uncle, or relative. And I said, hey, I'm going to go to my grandma's funeral. And he said he was going to visit his ancestor's grave. And I said, I'm going to do the same thing. And we both had connecting flights after landing in Haneda. And I needed to go to Fukuoka. And he needed to go to Sapporo. And our the plane landed an hour late. So we both missed our connecting flight that was arranged for us. So we both had to get rearranged. And him and his sister are heading to their connecting flight, and we had to head out to our connecting flight. And while we're heading to our gates to our connecting flight, we meet again. I'm like, hey, it's you again. so interesting. And this person, and another reason why he was going to Hokkaido is because his dad was already there. We're going to meet him later on. And then he said they're going to go to see a Shigin master. Shigin is a type of singing. It's kind of not like Minyo, it's like really a more older type of singing. And my grandpa used to love shigin. And my mom sometimes she sings it too. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, my dad's gonna get more shigin lessons. And I was like, oh yeah, I know shigin. And he's like, what, you know shigin? I was like, yeah. And it's like, there are only a few people that know shigin, and like not many people know about this. I was like, oh yeah, my mom, I jokingly mimic her when she's singing. And they said, no way! I was like, yeah, like Fuji's. I was like, that's just, what? How do you know that song? And it was so interesting. That we had these commonalities. It was amazing. And he said, you know, you gotta meet my dad. And so we exchanged, he gave me his business card, and I gave him my phone number. And so I'm going to contact you. You got to meet my dad. And so he's apparently like one of those shigin masters in Hawaii. So can't wait to see him one day. So that was really amazing. And we landed an hour late in Fukuoka. So we're supposed to land around 9 o'clock. But we landed like 10 o'clock, but we thankfully made it to Fukuoka, and we were able to sleep over in Hakata at a hotel. And next morning, we headed out to Grandma's place in Nakayamaga, and in Oita Prefecture. And thankfully, we made it in time, perfect timing. And at 1 o'clock, the service began. And four relatives from the Shikoku side, my dad's side, also was able to attend. And there were 10 of us, 10.
9.
No, I think it's 10. I counted, there's 10 of us.
Oh.
And so I have to recalculate again. But anyways, I thought it was 10. But anyways, it was a very nice, it was a small funeral home, and very intimate. Only the 10 of us, family style, beautiful flowers, and her body was in this nice casket.
Yeah, 10.
10, yeah? Yeah, it's 10 people. And then there was a katana. A katana on her casket. And only later was my mom mentioned about it. I was wondering what that was, wrapped in this nice cloth. And she said, oh yeah, that's a katana. So I Googled it. I was like, why is there a katana on a casket? And because we were samurai ancestry and Shinto funeral rituals put a katana on their casket. I was like, oh, this is so cool! I want a katana on my casket when I die. And then like, my grandma's funeral was the most beautiful. I can't explain how beautiful this funeral was. And each of us, after the funeral was done, usually one person says a eulogy, but all 10 of us stood up, took the microphone, and said a few words about Grandma's memory. And it was so meaningful, and it just, that hole in the heart that I had when she initially passed away, it just got filled up right away. And you know when people say, I'm sorry for your loss? I didn't feel any loss at all. It was more like, I gained. So it wasn't, I didn't feel sorry for no loss. It was no loss. It's like I only gained from this, from my grandma's passing. And it feels like I could feel her mitama presence, like so much, like 10 times stronger than the time she was alive. So just mind-blowing experience. And when right before they had to close the casket lid for her face, that's when we started bawling. And we were crying, but I was like, it wasn't a cry of sadness. It was only, I was only crying of like, arigato, Bachan, you're so awesome, Bachan, you're so awesome. And this was the most arigatai feeling ever. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad, what am I going to do? It was like, well, I'm going to miss your physical presence. I'm no longer going to be able to see your face. But oh my goodness, I can already feel your mitama spirit in my heart. And to me, that was the most comforting feeling ever. So it's like, that's why I'm not bawling. I'm like, I feel so happy and grateful for my time. And after the funeral, we went to the kasoba. Kasoba is the cremation, Japanese crematorium. Oh my God, that was a mind-blowing experience. It's like, I wish they had that kind of
crematory in America, in Hawaii. It would, this business would boom. Like the amount of respect and care they put into everything. Like we were in the room and they were putting the coffin into the crematory, like into the oven basically. It was like an elevator door opening up. I was like, oh, this is the first time I've seen this. And my uncle was like, yeah, record it. I was like, can I? Because it's like, I was so inspired, impressed by the amount of care you put into it. And it's like, I love it because you can actually see your grandma go in and her bones are the ones that come out. It's not like you're entrusting grandma's body and then like a couple of days later, she's in her urn. It's like, how do you even know that's her ashes in there? But in Japan, you know that was grandma that went into the oven. And now that's grandma that came out as bones. So it was the most reassuring thing I've ever seen. And in Japanese tradition, we do bone picking. And this was another thing I never did in my life. You got these long chopsticks, okay? Bamboo chopsticks, and you pick the bone. You pick the bones and you put it into the urn. So we all took turns picking the bones, choosing, I said, which bone do I choose? And then the lady said, oh, you can choose any bones that you want to and just fill up the urn. I was like, wow. I was like, grandma had beautiful bones. And I was like, wow, so much care. And after the funeral, the cremation agent, she put the lid on top, she put it in a nice box, and she wrapped it with extreme care. And when she was doing that, I just started bawling. I was like, you put this much care into a person that passed away, and it was the most amazing thing ever. And I just, because I was crying for the amount of care she put into this, I made the funeral person cry too. She was crying too. Like, oh no, this is what we usually do. I think, no, this is not. We don't do this in America. Because in America, I don't think the body is treated with so much dignity and respect. And I truly appreciate the work that you do. And I was just bawling. So, 本当に that was the most amazing funeral experience ever. And after the funeral was done, oh, by the way, my grandma was given the okurina. Okurina is a divine name. Like in Konkokyo, we give people okurina when they pass away, which is a post-humorous name. It's a name they give after you pass away. So the name that my grandma was given was Hatsuzakura Onna no Mitama no Kami. Hatsuzakura means the first sakura. So it was the most appropriate name ever for my grandma. Because my grandma basically, she was surviving on just regular IV hydration for 80 days. Now that's kind of unheard of. I'm a nurse and it's like they usually don't last for like 2 weeks, but she lasted 80 days just on IV hydration. And she pretty much waited until the sakura were in full bloom, and then she passed away. So when me and my mom, we went to Japan, all the trees in Japan were in full, complete bloom. And for my mom, she hasn't seen full bloom sakura for like 47, 48 years. So ever since my mom came to Hawaii with my dad, Konkokyo, she has not seen full bloom sakura. I haven't seen full bloom sakura since the time I was in Gakuin. So it's been like 23 years since I've seen full bloom sakura. And I want to go to Japan in the spring. But we usually have our spring memorial service and I never get the opportunity to go. Also, all my coworkers, they want to go to Japan in like this spring. So they're senpai, they have more seniority than me. So I could never get that break for a spring trip to Japan to see sakura. But this time around, my grandma showed us the sakura. And again, you can see how the mitama working allows us to just see the most magnificent aspects of Japan. So I was so thankful. And also when we landed in Fukuoka airport, when we was at the baggage claim, there's this big sign have nice pictures of Beppu, the onsens of Beppu. And it says, welcome to hell. And I took a picture. I thought, that's so cool. I was like, man, I wish I could go there. It'll look so cool. It's like a really, really awesome tourist spot. And it showed the different onsen pools. It's so hot that you can't go in. It's just for viewing. It's a geothermal hot zone. And I love geology. I took a little bit of geology when I was at Leeward Community College. So it's like all those kind of like any kind of geothermal activity. It's like fascinating. And onsen just fascinates me. Just watching like geysers and stuff and pools of like hot springs. It just makes me feel so like, ooh, so cool. And I was like, oh, I want to go. But, I was like, there's no way we're going to be able to go. However, my uncle was like, hey, you want to go to the hills of Beppu? I was like, yes! Yes, I do! And he's like, okay, let's go tomorrow then. I was like, oh my God, Omacha, Mitama Spirit again makes us receive the most amazing experiences ever. So we're able to go to not all of the hills of Beppu, but half of them, which is amazing experience. I'm going to show pictures later on, but throughout this whole trip, just blessings left and right, forward and backward. It's amazing. And on the last day, we went to the Konko Church of Hirao, which is where my mom used to go to when she was a nurse in her 20s. And just really quickly, I saw the hospital that my mom used to work at, the Fukuoka Red Cross. And now it's like this huge medical center in the same location, in the same name. And Okasa said, yeah, this is the location, this is where I used to work at. And I was able to take a picture of that because I've always wanted to see it. And I was like, whoa, cool, Casa, that's where I used to work at. And I'm so grateful that one of the Hirao church members, she drove us all the way to Amagi Church, which is like about an hour and a half away. She didn't even have lunch. And no, we didn't have lunch either, but it's like she was so nice to drive us around to Amagi Church, to the Okutsuki, the grave site of Amagi Church, and back to Hakata Station. So, but when we arrived at Hirao Church, is when that church member happened to be there. She was the same lady that drove my mom around to Amagi Church when she was there a few weeks ago. So I hope she wasn't like, oh no, it's you again. But she was so nice, and she gladly took us around to Amagi Kyokai. And it was like how, like the coincidence of that, of her being there at that time, it's like 1 in a million. So, so much okage that it was amazing. And I really, really want to thank all of you for your condolences and prayers. And really, I truly feel that I haven't lost her. I gained her. And it's a truly, truly wonderful feeling. Yeah. And I continue to pray for her Mitama spirit guidance, and protection. Thank you for listening. By the way, I was meaning to share a picture of my grandma. She's so cute. I love grandma. She was, our uncle said that she was an idol at the care home and everybody loved her and she always helped out. She always thought she was a nurse still yet. And she was like, oh, there's a lot of patients here today. She would help fold the laundry and she was very helpful. brighten their care home community. So,
おばちゃんありがとう、おばちゃんありがとう。
Thank you for your attendance today. I just want to add just one remark. Edna live stream the funeral service of Reiko's mother. I watched all the entire program. And during the service, each attendant, 10 people, get one, show their testimonial. One of the statements made my sister, Cisco, really showed the real nature of the Minako Oba-san, Oka-san. She extended loving care, loving thoughts toward us, and who came to Hawaii and engaged in missionary work. And he really supported our service over here. So she extended thank you for the Miracle for her extended thoughts. Maybe because of the her thought, she have survived in Hawaii. Maybe it's the time to stop. ちょっと日本語で喋りますね。10人の参拝、ファミリーメンバーです。で、シスターがテストマルで話してもらいたいけど、お母さんですね。が、自分たちがハワイに来て、ご用されてものとる。そのことに対して非常に反対はしないし、サポートしてくれた。そういう、そのことがあって、多分、自分たちがこうやってご用されてものとるんだろうと。そういうことを言ってる。これも、really show real relation of Miracle Oba-san. And thank you very much for your attendance. 終わります。
本当来天地神の神主に願い影が心にあり今日で頼め With all your heart you are my tongue. Kami's blessings begin within heart grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always now and forever on this.
Look at number 1, page 32, number 46, page 32, number 46.
46. いちごらみつごろ。Number 46. いいですか？
はい、どうぞ。
Konko sama gave me a teaching. I speak about unlimited divine blessings from Kami. If you become a Kami by practicing faith and then sincerely give teachings to others, you too can walk the true way of faith. Passing on my words without changing them will also make you an ikigami. This was a warning that after becoming a kami, one should not rise above kami. He added, you needed rise above your teacher.
47. Konko-sama, is it? Divulged. People have been using kami-sama to make profits. They even sell goshimaya at whatever price. I don't do such things. He added, all priests have become corrupt. The sun has been giving protection since the beginning of time without taking any money. Therefore, I will declare that I need no money. You must not use kami to make profits. If you don't obey my word, you'll meet retribution, said Konko-sama.
48. Konko-sama affirmed, to practice faith, you must know the teaching's real meaning. Kami will teach you the real meaning. If there's something you don't understand, go to Kataoka Jiroshiro's Hiromai. I have taught him well, so he will take his time to teach you. I can't recommend you to go to any other person.
49. Konko-sama said,
40. Konko-sama said, since I have already become a kami, I will cease to exist. 2. Also, if you want to meet me, return home, step out of your house, and look. I am the sky, and I am the ground. Look at the sky when it is noon. There will be a round object. It is I.
Konko-sama imparted, out of 1,000 worshippers, it's rare to have even one that goes home with divine blessing. They all lose their blessings when they go out of the Dharma. Even one word of Kami-sama's teachings cannot be exchanged for 1,000 words. Receive Kami's words of ingratitude, then your gift will be divine virtue that cannot be loaded even onto a boat or car. He added, when you get home, convey the teachings to your wife and children as well. 51. If village officials or other people try to restrict your praying for people, tell them, I am practicing faith and you also should go home and practice faith. Then there will be no trouble. Konko-sama told me.
Number 52. Konko-sama is ordered to be listen and be enlightened. 53. Konko-sama gave me a teaching. You should not mock the words of 80 Kanejō Kanji. You see, and said his words. Thank you.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning, everyone. ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing four songs. Page 57, 新人の栄光からです。
神の糸
「 shining, shimmering, brilliant light, coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。Please see you next time.
Kiami Konko Rai Kinchi Kano Kamishi Rai Kagawa Kurani Rai Kongetsu Konji Kaname.
Sincerely with all your heart, divinely come. Kami's blessings begin within hearts, grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day.
A ありがとうございました。
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, May, for joining us. Just one announcement. I would like you to all mark your calendars on Sunday, April 13th for our church's spring grand ceremony, Gotaisai, for Tenchikan no Kami-sama, the Great Life Force. And it's going to be at 5 o'clock p.m. So there will be no regular Sunday service that day, but please come in the evening at 5 p.m. And we'll have Onorai Fellowship dinner to follow. Please join us.
No Sunday service.
No Sunday service that day. And please join us as we give appreciation and honor the Great Life Force for all the blessings we'll be receiving every day. Thank you. Have a good new week. Bye.